Episode 615.
You two planned this all along.
Chen Guo finally understood the whole picture now. And all those little nuances, she didn't need Ye Shu to explain them anymore. Lord Grimm joined the Heavenly Swords Guild, that was a fact. And as for joining Heavenly Swords, the team itself had never once claimed what everyone just assumed. And now, with Heavenly Swords making a public clarification, not mentioning Lord Grimm, but Yi Chu instead, that was the most ingenious part of it all. With all this back and forth, anyone not in the know would be completely lost. From there, anyone not in the know would naturally assume that Lord Grimm wasn't Yi Chu after all.
Pretty much. Really, I'm just helping Zhan Lulan and his crew get some publicity. I'm barely even a guest player.
Who guest stars like that? You're getting way more attention than the actual team, aren't you?
That's how borrowing hype works. Everyone's attention just swings back and forth.
Yi Shu was saying this when his QQ chimed. It turned out that Zhan Lulan, seeing Yi Shu wasn't in the game, tried messaging him on QQ.
I'm here.
Yi Shu replied.
How was the press conference?
That was brilliant. Those reporters, the moment they heard we were holding a press conference, they came running. They'd been ready all along, just waiting for the free Q&A session to ask about you. But when they heard the spokesperson say with a straight face that Yi Chu definitely hadn't joined Heavenly Swords, the looks on their faces were more entertaining than the last.
Zhan Lulan, as he spoke, directly sent a few screenshots. Clearly, all of the on-site reporters' stunned expressions.
It was indeed impressive.
Yi Shu took a moment to appreciate it as well. Zhan Lulan was clearly overjoyed. The real highlight of both sides' plans was right here. After this, the open Q&A session was nothing worth mentioning. The reporters were clearly obsessed with this topic. After asking a few polite questions about Team Heavenly Swords, they couldn't wait to dive right into the real issue. The spokesperson solemnly reiterated the statement once more, but when pressed for details on Lord Grimm's identity, they simply replied that it was a secret weapon and declined to comment.
How did Zhan Lulan end up cooperating with you so easily?
Chen Guo came over, a hint of confusion in her voice as she asked Ye Shu.
Helping his team stir up some hype, why wouldn't he cooperate?
But if we use Yi Chu's identity, he'll get more attention, higher level attention, and might even pull in a batch of supporters directly, right?
Chen Guo had a point there. After the earlier reports, the internet was mostly full of criticism for Ye Chu, but there were also quite a few players defending him. These were clearly his die-hard fans, unconditionally supporting everything about their idol.
But the truth is, I never actually joined them. That's bound to come out sooner or later.
But this way, it's just obvious misdirection. Lord Grimm being you, that truth will come out sooner or later. And this approach of yours isn't exactly winning you much goodwill, is it?
Ah, it's different. This is just a publicity stunt. There'll be plenty of chances to smooth things over later. As for saying I directly joined Heavenly Swords, that's deceptive hype. It stirs up even more player aggro and isn't easy to defuse. Zhan Lulan wants to last in the league long term, so he can't afford a stain like that.
Chen Guo listened, half understanding.
There were no in-game battles that day, but the news cycle rose and fell in waves, making it feel more thrilling than any fight in the virtual world. Chen Guo was now deeply convinced that the competition in the pro circle was definitely not just about controlling your character and fighting on stage.
You gaming today?
Not right now. Let's see how things play out after these reports first.
Yi Shu said this, and after the Spring Festival, his daily routine was gradually shifting toward normalcy. Before that, he'd pulled all-nighters every night, but that was only because he was in the pro class. Now that he was gaming around the clock, whether it was day or night made no difference to him. With Chen Guo's constant hounding, he was doing his best to steer things toward a healthier routine. The release of new information naturally stirred up another massive wave. Most players were thinking pretty much the same thing as Chen Guo. Just from the news that day, the twists and turns were enough to make anyone's heart skip a beat. No sooner had they confirmed Lord Grimm was Ye Chu than Heavenly Swords clarified they hadn't actually recruited him. Just as Chen Guo had thought, the players immediately concluded that Lord Grimm wasn't Ye Chu. If Lord Grimm wasn't Yi Chu, then there was no point in even discussing that name anymore. Thus, Lord Grimm once again became a man of mystery. So who exactly is Lord Grimm? Everyone started guessing again. This Lord Grimm had defeated Huang Shaotian, and the pro-circuit legends had given him their highest endorsement, unanimously agreeing that only Yi Chu could have reached such a level. But Lord Grimm wasn't Ye Chu. There were only so many top-tier pros in the scene, which meant this guy was genuinely a newcomer to the pro circle, a hidden master who'd trained behind closed doors all along. When the major clubs saw that report that evening, they were all left utterly dumbfounded. Some clubs, just like the players, immediately jumped to the conclusion that Lord Grimm wasn't Yi Chu after all, and were filled with regret. If he wasn't Yi Chu, why hadn't they tried to recruit him? Where did the rumor that Lord Grimm is Yi Chu even come from in the first place? Could their own pro players really have all been blind to this? In the end, no one had actually seen Ye Chu operating Lord Grimm with their own eyes. But among them, there were those who were absolutely certain: Huang Shaotian, Liu Hao, Han Wenqing, Wang Jieshi, all of whom had directly spoken with Lord Grimm as Ye Chu in the game. Naturally, they affirmed this without a doubt. Now, watching this Heavenly Swords press conference, they were completely baffled.
He actually dared to tell such a lie? That takes some serious nerve.
Huang Shaotian, stunned, was about to log onto QQ and ask Ye Chu about it. Yu Wenzhou, however, just thought it over quietly and said,
Maybe that wasn't a lie.
How could it not be? Lord Grimm is obviously Yi Chu. Wait.
Huang Shaotian was an observant man as well. Watching the speaker's words, he immediately realized,
See? The people from Heavenly Swords never said Lord Grimm wasn't Yi Chu.
True enough.
Huang Shaotian thought back over the Heavenly Swords team's entire promotional campaign. From the very first announcement that Lord Grimm had joined their guild, they had never once linked the names Lord Grimm and Ye Chu together.
A beautifully planned piece of hype, really.
If this were a publicity stunt, wouldn't exposing Yi Chu's identity be even better?
Didn't you hear their solemn declaration just now? Yi Chu didn't join their Heavenly Swords team. A team and a guild in the game are two completely different things.
As cunning as ever.
Unless they're like us, people who can be sure Lord Grimm is Yi Chu. I doubt many would see through the trick.
But we can't produce any convincing evidence either.
We don't need to. I guess the most embarrassed ones right now would be Excellent Era, especially after that big solemn announcement they made this afternoon.
Hey, it's just a little embarrassing. No real loss though. That afternoon announcement made it clear, even knowing Lord Grimm was Yi Chu, they were going to take a professional stance. Professional attitude just means we're competitors now, so we do whatever we have to, right? Now that it's not Yi Chu anymore, they can do whatever they want, even if they have to clarify later, no big deal, just say they didn't know.
On that point, yes. But their plan to use this to stir up negative talk about Yi Chu, that's been shut down by this news.
Poor guys, they probably don't have anything convincing to point at Lord Grimm and say he's Yi Chu.